It's to be a public park funded with private money. That's what John Tory is recommending in this Ontario Place revitalization report that he introduced today here at Queen's Park. Now, with Ontario $15 billion in a hole, Tory says that there's little enthusiasm for funding what could be tens of millions or even hundreds of millions of revitalization of the aging Ontario Place. Now, for that reason, Tory said that the private sector must be involved in the revitalization. He's even recommending setting aside up to 10 to 15% of the land at Ontario Place for a residential development. At the same time, though, he said there should be no wall of condos blocking the waterfront from people, and also no casino at the site.
We believe that people should have access to the waterfront. It's been our #1 consideration all the way through and remains so until the end. So people could gather any time of the day and at any point of the year. And of course, that's one of the other challenges that has existed with this site, being essentially a part-time site in terms of its usability in its current existence. Well, I certainly hope among many that the economy of Ontario will improve such that by the time some of this investment is required, they might decide that they could make an investment. But our report is predicated on the notion that they're not going to. And if you count on, as we do, the ingenuity and the willingness of the private sector to come forward and participate in some ventures of different kinds on this site, there's going to be, I think, enough money to get a really solid transformation done, if not underway, if not done. And if the government is there, then they're there. But at the end of the day, we're not counting on government money, because our mandate was to say, how could you do this in such a way that you didn't have to assume that the government was able to write a check?
Now, the site also needs improved access to public transit, although Tory didn't lay out any recommendations for that in his report. Now, the report has also been presented to Tourism Minister Michael Chan today. He says he's looking forward to reviewing it, but made no commitment to act upon the recommendations immediately anyways. For the Toronto Sun, I'm Jonathan Jenkins.